that the Doom's able to do to potentially help out. They will have an impale up shortly. 2 points in the blast as well to help out with some of the damage. The blood grenade does connect, so the slow is going to be there, but I mean, now Sarksa, he's rotated as well. He's more than happy to enter this top lane, so it's going to be a battle of the supports, and what's Tundra is that will come out on top, and Skeeter steps back in to yoink the kill as well. Another great sequence of events for them.
Yeah, just a disaster of a lane, like getting, like, you know, it looks like Skeeter kind of dives a bit too far, but with the new passageway over on the left side of the map, he's able to get out. Even baits Shopify to keep chasing him, so didn't really feel like it was ever in danger of dying. An alpha rotation.
Yeah, no. All right, getting very active early on before the Storm Spirit. They're diving a T2 tower. Oh, I mean, Shopify for years on years have been known to be a lane-dominating team. They very rarely lose lanes, and they're already down 3,000 gold 6 minutes in.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're getting destroyed in these lanes. Like 2 pretty badly lost lanes, I would say. I mean, mid lane, I guess, you know, it's Alchemist. He's just out farming with that rotation. But yeah, top lane's an absolute disaster for them. Like, this Doom is going to be so behind all game. Still doesn't have a Vanguard.
Just halfway through, teams have been experimenting in multiple different roles, but I haven't seen too much mid-elk. I think, in fact, there's only really 9 that I've seen do it so far. One of the South American teams tried to run a 4 Alchemist as make him work for the kill. He should be able to get it in the end. Space created, says Mr. Fly.
Not great, though. That's kind of all these supports can do, is get a little info, get some scouting here and there, but you know, if you're Fly, you're thinking, you know, he's level 6 at least, but like, your Storm doesn't have the greatest game or ability to make plays, so you know, anytime you try and back him up to do stuff, it doesn't really feel like, you know, he's able to really turn things around.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
5,000 net worth lead. No kills yet from Shopify as well. And now with this tower going down shortly, it's just going to further shrink the map and make it that much more difficult for them to be able to play the jungle.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Hey, they might get their first kill. Taking. He's going to end up going down. A beautiful double stun, though, from 9. They're even with a gate into the middle. The Fly's going to find the trade. 30
out of mana.
Pit onto 2, and Abed's in some trouble. Crit's going to give him a little bit of breathing room with the stun. Nine was considering about diving under the tower, but just turns attention over towards the support. And now Saberlight, oh, he's stuck in between the towers as well. He will not be able to find the escape avenue to retreat away from Tundra.
Surprise, Abed leading the charge. They've got both supports here as well. They don't see anyone. They're trying to play around Saberlight's Doom, but oh no.
He went through the rift.
Yeah.
Oh, there was just nothing he could do. That was a difficult call to make, whether you stick around or go through the rift and just hope the timing's on point for no one to be there. But and this Underlord hero, he really liking our teams. It's just when a week into the patch and already people are using the Fiends Gate incredibly well. Just wait till we get even further, as once again another core is going to be in trouble. Saberlight trying to find that farm, trying to somehow be able to get some aura items to help out in these next couple of team fights, but Tundra are just giving them no space across the map.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think all Shopify can do at this point, like Desperation Smokes, I just don't think work, because their draft doesn't get kills. Like, they don't have the damage. Their draft is designed to kind of farm with Doom and Sven, so their best bet is probably just playing greedy and farming, but they're going to get constantly punished.
Whoa, look at the hit from 33.
Yeah.
Gonna be able to get the Raid 5 blast fall up. Abed's in a lot of trouble. Used all his mana to get to bottom. Gonna need the stun to come up shortly. Pit still will cool down for a little bit of time, but it looks like they'll just chase down the easy kill, being Fly's Pugna.
Doom is showing up here, but even if you doom someone, I don't think you've got the damage to really finish them off or kill them, so you may just lose this tier 2 bottom tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So another death, another charge on the Vessel as well, because Crit is giving them a lot of vision up on the high ground. I know an aggressive jump in onto Saberlight. They go over the Impale, only clips onto one, and not being able to hold back the other cores means they will rip apart the Doom's health pool. Now they're going to be able to turn to the Obelisk as well, so Tundra, an extra shard for them to work with too.
I feel like one of the most noticeable changes about the Underlord is just this Dark Rift cooldown. It feels like Dark Rift is just up more often. Like, he's just spamming it. Like, since the cooldown was decreased, it just feels like you can almost always use this spell. Obviously, 90-second cooldown at level 3 is far from always, but it does feel very noticeable having that.
Really smoking down, and they will catch him out inside the jungle. It's going to be one to start. Can they blow him up before the TPs come through? It looks like they should be able to with the gods.
Great read, great understanding of the reincarnation cooldown there. Knowing that level 2 reincarnation is not quite going to be back. They got there with about, killed him with maybe 15 seconds before it was going to be back online, so tier 3 tower is just melting.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And there's not really much like threat when you're pushing high ground. Like often it's like, oh, it's a bit dangerous to go high ground, but it's not like they have amazing high ground defense. So, you know, there's no like tiny toss back Magnus Skewer. There's no like sniper who's just sitting back chipping away at you. The only way you defend is by forcing a fight if you're Shopify.
Radiant's middle barracks.
Ericsson looked to back on out. They're going to continue to take the fight. Very awkward start here from Shopify. It's going to be a defensive use of the BKB. They'll be able to turn to deal with Skeeter's first life. Meanwhile, Nine's caught out inside the base as well. Saberlight's going to turn and doom him down. Now, Arbet's looking for the +1 as well. Snaking's going to be caught out. He doesn't have his bodyguards playing in front of the Crystal Maiden. Pretty survival though. The Glimmer Cape and the Parvis keeping Snaking alive. Look at the freezing field damage as well. Arteezy needs to play on the outskirts, but now with all the magical bursts, we're able to kill him off with ease. Arbet's still trying to find the finishing blow onto Skeeter, but with the perfect armor toggles, Skeeter's going to be able to stand strong. And meanwhile, 33 is being able to block off anyone else that wanted to help out the Storm Spirit as well. And they're not even done just yet. Another pit onto 2. They might be lacking some of the damage though, without the Raid King and the Alchemist. So Tundra, they'll back on up.
I mean, they did that whole fight in. I like it. That's a nice little use right as he respawns. So the Alchemist is back, and there should be a second lane of Rax, maybe just game even.
Watch out up in a couple of seconds for Arteezy. BKB still on cooldown though for the moment. He's going to try and jump in and give him some breathing room to activate these abilities. Arteezy's going to try and turn to deal with the Raid King as well. Still with the reincarnations on cooldown for the moment. They're lacking the detection. Finally going to be able to find something. It's just taking way too long. Tundra, the damage has been dealt. They have way too big of a net worth lead for Shopify to be able to hit back in this game 1. And in the end, Tundra, they're going to take it nearby. Oh, what a lot of damage.
Time lapse.
Saberlight though, not going to be able to blow him up before the time lapse. Nine's in with the combo as well. So the Alchemist once again, I mean, definitely not as active as it was we saw last game, but it's not required with how all the side lanes went and fly. I mean, he was looking for the finishing blow, and this is a Chen, so he's not going to find it. Crip might be able to get the disruptor, but are they just going to try and chase him down afterwards? Concoction up in a couple of seconds. You've got the shield rune as well, so you are ever so tanky to be able to enable the dive. The respawns are coming up. Let's see what Saberlight's able to do to protect Crit. First attack's going to be able to perch off the sun. Skeeter's going to be cautious, but no jewels there to work with. They don't have a way to hold down the bug underneath the tower, of course. For all that was going on, though, they did lose 33. I'm not sure if that was a solo kill from Arbet or if they needed an extra member.
Yeah, it must have been. I mean, there were so many heroes bottom. I think it was probably just a solo kill, because last I saw Arteezy, he was farming mid on the Lifestealer, so nice little solo kill from Arbet, getting a key kill here.
No rage on Arteezy. He's committed in. I guess no Static Storm as well from Snaking. He's praying for an Infest carrier. He's going to have a lane to be able to look to use it.
The funny thing is, they just assume he has rage there, but yeah, Disruptor, once you glimpse him back, it's like, oh wait, he
just space, because Arbet gets another Static Storm. Potentially Nine's even going to try and charge up the Concoction Force. Snaking, there we go. Silence is instantly out, and there's going to be no response. Beautifully done from Tundra. Just a disciplined play from them, waiting so patiently to see Arteezy show up in the lane.
That is well executed. He thinks he's safe there. He doesn't know about the Blink Dagger on the Alchemist and the instant Static Storm to combine with the Blink Stun and just blow up, get an easy kill on the Lifestealer. They're pinning top. Are they actually looking to like rift in or something here? What's the play? Doesn't seem to be the case, but with the, yeah, they're gonna twin gate over, so maybe a kill on Saberlight if he's not careful.
Mid lane, Soxon. Nice pogo stick away. Abed should be able to easily blow him up, and they're not going to need any ultimates as well. They've got a great ward on the high ground, so they are scouting out Tundra's movements over. Even Arteezy's going to look to TP in as well, so this seems like a fight that Shopify want to take, but with a Silver and activated 9, he's pretty survivable. They're going to drop the Mystic Flare, bounce back, and that's enough. They're even able to get the kill through all the shield absorption. Skeeter, though, feels strong enough to show up to the fight. They don't really have the lockdown to be of a threat towards the Lifestealer, so they're going to try and turn to deal with the supports instead. But Crit, a lot of the damage getting repaired. Now Saberlight's going to be in as well. See if they're going to have the damage, and they definitely should with Arbed nearby. They're going to chunk down 33, and Snaking, he stepped up a bit too far. So finally, Shopify, what an incredible team fight for them. They're going to be able to find multiple members inside this mid lane.
Just great job forcing the fight there. Fly keeping everyone alive. He kind of baits in Tundra to think, like, Tundra's like, okay, we can show up and punish this. You know, Weaver comes in, thinks he has a free kill on Scarlet Mage, but all of a sudden there's a mech plus Hand of God, and you're like, wait a second, we're not really killing anyone here. And Batrider is an absolute beast at this stage of the game. Didn't even need to pop his BKB that he had.
They've got the Infest Bomb here with Saberlight. They'll run it to Saxa first. Definitely a pretty decent target to look to get out of the equation. Some free dual damage as well for the Legion. They might even be able to catch up the Snaking as well. They get a glimpse of the Disruptor. He's trying to connect to the rest of the team. In fact, he probably would just be able to TP out before the response. So, very nicely done.
It's out of there okay, but good move from Tundra not to create any additional follow-up kill opportunities. Even with an Aegis, they decide it's not time to fight right now. The Aegis is expiring, and he's going to settle down here. Just a 3k gold lead, so still very much anyone's game. Lifestealer has been getting decent enough farm that he can kind of, you know, look to at least be competitive in the late game against the Alp and Weaver carries. The problem's going to be, yeah, this matchup. How well can you deal with this Weaver? And I think they can deal okay with it. They break his Lincolns. They've got plenty of control between the lasso and the duel, so it's all going to come down to execution when we get to these team fights.
Yeah, I mean, Arteezy as well is doing a pretty decent job to keep up in farm. And one thing for him, he had the Deso queued up for a while, but he kind of turned into the Shard and the BKB. The Shard in particular is what we saw a lot at TI with Martu looking to go for that early on. And then, I mean, the BKB is it's pretty vital now in Lifesteal. Sometimes you don't get it this early on, but very interesting read that he feels like he weeds it. And meanwhile, look at another jump. More dual damage. Finally, Saberlight being able to have some resemblance of a game. He's up to 74 now, and if you continue to get some
15 to 20 seconds on Aegis is probably when you want to back off.
Abed. Alright, they get the drag back. Lincoln's is still going to be on cooldown off the back of the respawn. Saberlight, can he find the angle for the duel? He's going to try and jump in there to control the damage. Is it going to be enough to bring him down? It is. Shopify, a big kill, but they committed heavily. Skeeter.
I'm not back in.
He's back in, but he's only got half health.
He's
now.
low, yeah.
It's going to be cautious. Arteezy, they're going to turn to 9. The Chemical Rage. They've got a little bit of duration left over to work with. Arteezy's going to duck inside the creep to protect him for the moment. That's a huge odds from Saberlight. And Skeeter, he brought back. Arteezy knows this. They're going to hunt the Weaver down. The silence is there, and Shopify, what a high ground defense. A dieback for the bug. You get the Alchemist.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Infest cooldown is something we need to be highlighting now. Just a little bit of an extra safety net for him inside the fights. Weaver's up in 10. They're going to get a jump before he's able to respawn though. Snaking dragged outside the base. Yes, he's got a buyback. See what Shopify wanted to do if they want to force it out. They've got the creeps inside, so both Arbed and Saberlight will be forced back, but Alright. 3 is going to put himself in the front line. Lotusop's going to make it awkward for Arbed, but they'll jump out 4. That's a lot of damage. They want to take the Peerlord out of the team fight, and they'll do so with ease, and they'll turn towards the Weaver. Skeeter is going to be able to get himself out of the duel, but they just don't have the health to be able to stand strong against the Rapier on Arteezy. So good perspective.
Too, though.
So with the rage, it's back up shortly. He's able to dodge the concoction and start to charge him down.
Bash? Oh no!
Oh, the bashes are there. Arteezy, no. Rapier down. Skeeter snags it instantly. And he so there's no buybacks for Shopify to work with.
Yeah, he realized, like, he popped his BKB to try and fight, and they ran away. He's like, okay, this BKB wears off, and I may die. Like, he's going to get chain stunned and die. So he's like, okay, I'll just BKB TP, but what he forgot to factor in is the Alchemist has a Bastion. If the Alchemist was maybe, I mean, he was kind of zoned away, but the second you start TP, he's going to turn and right click you. First hit bash. I think he had at least enough time to get...
Be the successful formula for them to get the duel on Cedar, and the fact that they still lost that fight even though he found that target.
Yeah, Weaver's just kind of reaching this point where he's very tanky. Just an easy pick off. He does. I think, yeah, because with the Crimson Guard and probably a Solar Crest on Weaver, Weaver just wasn't taking that much damage. Maybe there was a Rapier Weaver into the Blade Mail, so he's definitely going to be careful now.
What can Abed do? He just picked up the refresher. So we saw what happened last time with the potential drag back under the T4 tower, then the duel as well. He will do a lot of damage, of course, with the Blade Mail, but it's just
alleviated a lot of the risk. Like, you're not throwing the game here, by the way.
Very far on the front line, but the instant use of the press attack here, so we're going to get glimpse in the middle. Even a static storm, why not? Snaking has got a refresher if it's required. Abed's hunting though. Gonna fight through the trees.
Chewing through buildings. They've got to just go on this Weaver and kill him.
Oh,
like,
no.
Even with Aegis, you got to try to kill him twice again.
It's not going to be easy. Abed, defensive use of the Infest to give him some bonus health. There we go. Second static storm. Sableye stuck inside the field. It's one of the few heroes that have a buyback, but Throne's exposed and they're just obliterating the